what are some key metrics? And we can take it, at the beginning from, it's just me, I'm a solopreneur posting about my business online, to all the way up to like corporate level, because you mentioned that some of this information used to be free to get. And some of it still is, right? Like you can log into Facebook and click on insights, but if you really want the nitty gritty, as you mentioned, we kind of have to go out and pay for platforms and things like that to dive a little deeper. So what are some of the things we should even be looking for and what they mean, right? Because there's also this thing that we call vanity metrics of, awesome, it got 50,000 impressions, but you only got 30 clicks. What does that mean?
Yes, absolutely. I tell people all the time, I'm working with a client right now who said, well, our awareness metrics are going to be the number of impressions on our ad. And I'm like, no. An impression means that something showed up on a screen. It could have been a robot that saw it. It could have been somebody left their phone and it's showing it on the screen, right, and their cat's looking at it. So what you want to look at ultimately is, are you driving the bottom line? Are you driving sales? Are you driving conversions? But at the same time, you don't want to fixate only on the sales metrics. So you don't want to fixate only on, I made X number of sales, and so this social media campaign was worthless because it didn't drive sales. You want to look at two different sets of metrics. The first is your assisted conversions, because something may not drive sales, but 90 days down the line, 120 days down the line, or shorter, 60, 30 days down the line, it may have reminded somebody that they saw your email and they drove conversion. So I have someone I'm working with right now who has billboards, and they're like, we can't measure the billboards. Are they still worth doing? I say, well, when you don't have the billboard running, do you have as many people coming in the door? And they say, no. Well, there you go. The billboard is working. So don't throw out channels that are helping your conversions, and you can measure that using free things like Google Analytics or a basic CRM if you know how to use a tag manager, which is something that adds all those funky characters to an end of a URL. We've all clicked on those, but I'm surprised that a lot of marketers don't know that that's sending data to your CRM or your analytics platform that somebody's clicking. You can measure that to then look at, I am generating sales. It's just that it's not a last click. It's not somebody clicked on that tweet or that TikTok, a link on the link tree on my TikTok and immediately came and bought something. But people exposed to a message bought something. And going back to what you mentioned about changes that I've seen, that's something I think we've lost, is that sense that advertising doesn't have to lead people to stampede in your door waving a check that instant for it to be effective.
Yeah. No, I love that you added that at the end, Christina, because I'll even have people that will tell me in person, hey, I saw this on your LinkedIn. And I'm like, could you interact with it? Could you give it a like or a comment? Because it's great that you're seeing. So again, it's great that you're seeing me. It's proof that that's working. And I've had people tell me every time I open my LinkedIn, you're there. I'm like, but you never do anything on my actual post. There's just some things you cannot track back to a direct click.
Exactly. And please, you consider yourself my friend, like my pictures on Instagram.
Right. Yes, this is so true.